reading to your child 20 minutes a day and talking about what you've read can be beneficial to your child in so many ways. It is intellectually stimulating, emotionally stimulating, and can set a precedent of communication that can last your child's entire life. Now, as the mother of 4 and the second of 6 children, I have seen the benefits of reading aloud to your children over and over again firsthand. Now, how can story time be so important? After all, it seems like fun. Who's got time for that? Well, believe it or not, the American Academy of Pediatrics highly recommends reading as quality bonding time between you and your child. This means that it will create a more calm, secure child who is less likely to have temper tantrums, to fight authority, or many other negative behaviors that we're seeing in small children. Also, it can simply create a wonderful, warm, relaxing environment for both you and your child, where the child can relax and feel secure and comforted, and the parent can just sit and snuggle with their little bitty one and just enjoy some quality time. Who's got time anymore? Perhaps it's time to make time. Now, if the thought of a more calm, less negative child isn't enough to convince you, don't worry. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Dr. Jonathan Fielding, a director of public health, says that children whose parents read to them regularly are much better prepared for academic success by the time they get to school age. And the U.S. Department of Education notes that an increasing number of children are unacceptable as readers. And in fact, $2 billion annually of your tax dollars are going to hold back children who are failing classes due to the fact that they have reading trouble. They credit this largely to the fact that 57% of small children are never read to. But you may ask me, does this even apply to me? My son's 5 months old. He won't be in school for years yet. Well, believe it or not, now is actually past time to start reading to your child. Starting from day 1 is crucial. In fact, the Commission on Reading says that the earliest years set the stage for later learning and calls reading with your child the single most important activity for building the knowledge required for eventual success in reading. I myself read to my children before they were even born and continued to do so. It's one of our favorite times. Now that we know some of the emotional and intellectual reasons that you need to read to your child, I need you to know that your responsibility and the benefits aren't ending there. In fact, discussing the story that you just read is almost as important as reading itself. The act of discussion gives the child even more security, making them feel validated and listened to. Now, the discussions don't have to be elaborate. They can be as simple as discussing what color that cow is, or where did the cow go, or even something so simple as, does a bunny make a noise? But simply discussing at your child's level what they think of the story can give you deep insights into the child's thought processes. And even more importantly, it is the most important step for the child's reading comprehension skills. As I said before, story time with my children is one of my favorite times of the day. We have a little wicker rocking chair that we sit in, and my kids come running up with their book that they've chosen for the day. I wouldn't give up my story time for the world. Have you started yours?